What's up, guys? Welcome to a top 20 list. This is my summer 2014 top 20. I got some honorable mentions for you before I get into it. First up, we got Bergamotto Marino by Ferre. And this fragrance, it smells very, very nice, but the problem is it doesn't last for nothing. You spray it on you, and a few minutes later, you can't even detect it. So it's too much of a pain to carry on an atomizer and keep reapplying, so I don't reach for it as much as I would if it lasted longer. So that's an honorable mention. We also have Eternity Summer. This is 2012 by Calvin Klein, and this fragrance it's not very popular. Nobody really talks about it, but I got it in a swap one time, and I actually don't like the smell of it. It's a very soapy smell, but I was getting compliments from wearing this, and girls seem to like it, so that's why it's an honorable mention. But I personally don't like the scent, so I don't reach for it. Next, we have L'Homme Libre and the original L'Homme, two fragrances that are very good, very, very good for summer. I don't reach for them as much. This one plays with my nose in the heat, so I only use it in very cold weather. And this one here, I wore it for a little while, but I just stopped reaching for it because there are other fragrances that have captured my attention, and they're in this list. So let's get started. At number 20, we have a very popular fragrance, Terre D'Hermes. And this one is, I actually have it, I sprayed it right here by accident. It's got a very smoky, dirty, orange vibe, almost ashy, and you got to be light on the trigger with this one. But it's also a very daring scent. Not everybody can wear this. Not everybody's gonna like this fragrance. So it's a very daring scent. That's why it's here at number 20. But I enjoy it, and there are a lot of people who really love this fragrance. At number 19, Lacoste Essential. And this fragrance has been in my doghouse for a while because it's very popular, and a lot of people wear it. People who are not into fragrances, there's a lot of them that own this bottle. I've seen it in some of my friends' collections. But girls like this fragrance. It's a compliment getter. It has great performance. It'll last a very long time. TDH does too also. So for a summer fragrance, that's something that you look for. Can it last? And this one can last. Go easy on the trigger though, because it can be a little bit strong. At number 18, we have from Versace. This is Eau Fraiche. This fragrance is a lemon-based scent, and it's got that very summer-like, very cooling, almost like a surfer type of smell. Girls love this fragrance, young girls. It's a young man's fragrance, I think. It doesn't last, though, very long. And if it lasted longer, it'd be much higher on the list. But it doesn't last very long. And for that reason, it's down here at number 18. There are a lot of people who absolutely love this fragrance, but performance is an issue. So number 18, Versace Eau Fraiche. At number 17, from Cartier, this is Roadster Sport. I have the original Roadster, but to be honest, that fragrance is the lavender in it is too strong for me to wear in the summer. It messes with my nose. This fragrance is much more bearable, but it's still potent. This is a potent sport fragrance. This is probably the longest lasting sport fragrance out there. Longer lasting than Dior Homme Sport and all the others. I've never come across a sport fragrance that lasts like this one and projects like this one. Maybe Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme could beat it out, but I don't even consider that a sport fragrance. I think that's more of a winter type scent. But at number 17, we have Cartier Roadster Sport. At number 16, we have a very famous fragrance, Dior Homme Sport. This scent, not much to say about it. The ginger and bergamot type of feel. It's a pretty nice scent. It's a pretty classy scent, and anybody can wear this. It's a dumb reach. Anybody can wear this, and you will get some compliments. Performance is an issue for me, though. It doesn't last as long as I would like it to last. That's why it's here at number 16. At number 15, from the House of Chanel, we have Platinum Egoist. And this fragrance, this is a unique fragrance. I don't think there's a lot of scents that remind me of this one. It kind of smells a little bit almost dated to me. It's a more mature man's fragrance, but there's something about it that still captures my attention, and I love wearing it on certain days, especially the cooler summer days. I love to reach for this fragrance. Give it a sniff if you're in the mall and you're by the Chanel boutique. Give it a sniff if you can get your hands on it. It's a nice fragrance, and it does get you compliments. At number 14, one of my favorites, we have from Dolce Gabbana. Dolce Gabbana is the one. This scent is down here at number 14 only because it's not easy to wear in the summer for me. But whenever it gets cool, those rare days when it gets cool, I reach for this one right away. It's a compliment getter. Women love this fragrance. I think men love it also. I mean, I love it. I don't have anybody complaining when I wear this fragrance. It gets me a lot of compliments. And it's here at number 14. Dolce Gabbana is the one. At number 13, possibly the most popular summer fragrance of all time. This scent has been in my doghouse just like Lacoste Essential because of its popularity. But whenever you just want to smell good and you're looking for something and you really don't care about the popularity issue, this fragrance is a dumb reach. It's a great gift to give to anybody, and you know for sure they're gonna love this, and they're gonna get great response when they wear it. That's Acqua by Giorgio Armani. See how big this thing is? This is the 6.7 ounce. I split most of it, so I didn't use all that juice. I probably used a little bit of it right there. And this fragrance right here, it smells amazing, and you can actually substitute it because it is pricey for Perry Ellis 360 Red. It smells very similar, and I've actually gotten a lot of compliments with this one too. So they're both fantastic fragrances, and I recommend them if you don't care about popularity. These things are some of the best that there are for summer. That's number 13. At number 12, I actually don't have the bottle with me for this one. I left it at my parents' house, so I'm just going to show you this is my travel size. This is Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue. And this fragrance smells, I mean, it's a beautiful summer scent. It has a couple issues with it. Yeah, I love it. It has a couple issues with it, and that would be the longevity, which isn't the best, and the popularity. I have smelled this fragrance on other people. But women love this fragrance, and it's gonna get you compliments when it's projecting, and it's gonna get you noticed. People are gonna love what you're wearing. Go easy on the trigger because it can get a little cloying. It's got some pepper in it. It's got some sweetness to it, but it's a beautiful fragrance, and I recommend it for summer. Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue for men. I know a lot of people like the women version. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I haven't tested it yet, but that's for men. At number 11. This is the first time this fragrance is making an appearance on my list. I've been wearing it these past couple days, and it's kind of a dumb reach. It's a very common type of smell, common aquatic smell. Well, let me just show you. This is Polo Blue by Ralph Lauren. It kind of gives me a mix of Acqua light blue mixed with something like a Ludis, a sport. It's got a little bit of fruitiness to it. It's a very nice fragrance. I own the deodorant and this one, and I like to wear them together. It gets me compliments, but it's not something that's gonna wow you. But the scent is very pleasing to the nose, and it's gonna last you on average for summer fragrance around maybe 4 hours. But I spray a lot with this one. I spray it on my clothes, because it doesn't get too strong. It doesn't overpower me too much. So that's number 11, Ralph Lauren's Polo Blue. At number 10 we have one of the most famous summer fragrances, also one of the most affordable. That would be Nautica Voyage. And this one, it comes out on pretty much everybody's list for good reason. It's a very nice scent, very pleasant, fruity summer fragrance. It's summer in a bottle right here, and it's so affordable that it doesn't make sense not to risk it, not to try it. It's blind buy worthy. Nautica Voyage, a great gift too if you want to give somebody a fragrance. At number 9 we have a fragrance making its first appearance on my list. I usually don't put discontinued fragrances, but this one is such a great scent that I had to put it on here, and hopefully you guys can get your hands on it. But I will give you an alternative. This fragrance is Azzaro's Chrome Summer 2013. And we saw this one going around the fragrance community when Azzaro was giving them out for free to reviewers so they can review them. And I was skeptical, thinking, everybody was giving it good reviews, and I was thinking, part of me wonders if it's just because they gave it to them for free, or if they just really would have walked through a store, picked it up, smelled it, and liked it and bought it. But since they got it for free, they were going to like it. But I was wrong. This fragrance smells amazing. It smells a lot like, actually, it's got the same tea note as Chrome Legend. So it has a very similar vibe to it. They're both tea-based fragrances. But this one's more stripped down, more summer, more fresh. And this one's got some tonka bean and some amber. It's a little bit heavier. And this one can be used in spring and fall. And I think this one's great for summer if you can get your hands on it. But if your summers are not as warm as mine, this one might work just fine for you. Both of them are compliment getters. And both of them have great performance, which is surprising for a summer fragrance. Great performance from these two. Solid releases from the house of Azzaro. That's Chrome, Summer 2013, and Chrome Legend. At number 8 we have from the house of Giorgio Armani. This is Acqua di Essenza, the Eau de Parfum. This fragrance is like a more transparent, slightly more floral version of Acqua di. It's a great aquatic. It's got a little bit of floral notes. It still has a little bit of saltiness in it, but it's way toned down compared to your Dolce & Gabbana light blues and Acqua di Gio's, those salty fragrances. This one's a little bit smoother, and it projects, it lasts like a beast. This thing is beast mode. This Eau de Parfum, it's powerful stuff. Quality juice. It's kind of pricey, but if you want something that's going to last you all day, Acqua di Essenza, this thing would not let you down. And number 8, Acqua di Essenza. There you go. At number 7, from the house of Dior, this is my one of my more recent purchases, and I'm really loving it. This is Aqua Fahrenheit by Christian Dior. Just getting a sniff of it, I don't know why I get the feeling of like a petroleum cucumber vibe, like a violet leaf with cucumber. That's what I get from it. I don't know if you guys get that also, but I love this fragrance. Performance isn't the best on me. It could be just the juice I have. Maybe a fresh batch, fresh bottle would last a lot longer. But this thing is fantastic, and I love the smell. And it's a dumb reach for me. When I don't know what to reach for, I'll just reach for this fragrance. And I really love it. I really love having this in my collection. Aqua Fahrenheit by Dior at number 7. At number 6, we have another fragrance legend classic. This is from the house of Chanel. Chanel's Allure Homme Sport. And this fragrance, it's a compliment getter. It lasts. It projects. Everybody's gonna love it. You can't ask for more out of a fragrance than this one. It's a solid release from the house of Chanel. And I'll also throw in Versace Pour Homme, which does the same thing as this one. I actually just prefer the smell of this one a little bit more than I do Versace Pour Homme, but the performance on Versace Pour Homme is slightly better. It projects like a beast. They both project and last very well, but this one's a little bit stronger, and they're both compliment getters. This one's much more affordable. I paid $35. That's what you can get it for if you look around online. And this one is more expensive. You're gonna pay retail. This is a 50 ml, and it costs like $60 some. So Versace Pour Homme, if money's a problem, if money's no issue, go for Chanel's Allure Homme Sport. 2 solid fragrances for summer. At number 6. At number 5. At number 5 we have from the house of Dior. This is a 2013 release. I just did a review on it. Dior Homme Cologne. For the hottest of hot summer days. If there's anybody out there who's like me and you have your summers above 100 degrees and crazy humidity and all that going on, this fragrance is for you. It's a very pleasant, stripped down cologne smell. It's pretty much just your lemon, your white musk, and your little bit of grapefruit blossom, and there's not much going on here. It's not going to mess with your nose. It's not going to become cloying. You can go crazy on the trigger, Performance is a bit of an issue. It'll last you around 4 hours, but you know it's that's what it is. It's just what it does, and you can't expect more from a fragrance like this. That's almost pure citrus. It smells a lot like a glass of lemonade, a sweet glass of lemonade. So I love this fragrance. If you can get your hands on it, Dior Cologne, give it a try. At number 4, this is probably one of my all-time favorite scents. It's been my signature scent for a really long time. I actually had to go and get a bigger bottle of it. But this fragrance is great for the cooler summer nights. If your summers are in 80, 90 degrees or below, you know, this is a great fragrance for that. This is Bleu de Chanel by the House of Chanel. The hottest of hot days, I can't pull this off. But when it's cool and fresh, this is a compliment getter. It's got great performance. It does everything you need it to do. It's a solid fragrance. Chanel's got some solid summer fragrances, and this is one of their best, Bleu de Chanel. At number 3 we have a niche fragrance, one of only 2 in my list. I usually don't ever put niche in my list because they're so expensive, and I don't think the average guy has the money to be coughing up, you know, hundreds of dollars for niche. I think that there are better things in the world to put your funds towards, but this fragrance is one of the few that I'm willing to cough up the money for, and I really enjoy this fragrance. It's a compliment getter. Women love it. It's a crowd pleaser. That's Bleecker St by Bond Number 9, and this fragrance I paid like $170 for 100 ml. That's very, very expensive, but that's discounted. You know, it's much more expensive when you pay retail. Performance is an issue on this fragrance, so you have to carry around an atomizer, which I do. But I love it that much that I'm willing to do that, and I'm willing to pay the price because it smells amazing. It smells a lot like Ralph Lauren's Purple Label also. But I love the fruitiness in this one. So at number 3, Bleecker St by Bond Number 9. At number 4, we have the most popular fragrance ever made in the fragrance community, quite frankly, and it's probably the most popular niche. That is obviously Creed's Aventus. Pineapple, smoky pineapple. Get you compliments. This is probably one of my best compliment getters in my fragrance collection. But with that being said, I have to throw in Insurrection Pure. It's just as good, gets me just as many compliments. The smell, I prefer Aventus' smell over this one, but this one does the job almost identical. And the price is much lower than Aventus. Spray it on your clothes because it'll last a lot longer. It'll last all day. And this one does have a little bit of performance issues, but they're about the same. They're around 5 to 8 hours. This one pushing the 8-hour mark more often than not. But I do spray it on my clothes. And those are the 2 fragrances that I have here at number 2. If you can get your hands on this one, go for it. If you can afford it, go for it. You won't be let down. Awesome fragrances. Some of the best ever made. Creed's Aventus and Insurrection Pure. At number 1. So what made it as number 1? If you've seen a lot of my lists, and by process of elimination, you can kind of figure out what my number 1 is. This fragrance I purchased more recently, a few months ago, and I wore it a few times, and I didn't think it was going to be one of my favorites or my favorite for summer. I actually thought it would just be another meh type of fragrance, but I keep reaching for it, and I keep reaching for it, and I keep reaching for it, and it gets me compliments, and it gets me noticed, and it's such a pleasant scent. There's no complaints with it. It's just solid. It's like the Spurs. You know, there's nothing flashy about the Spurs, but they're just so solid, so fundamental. They do everything right. They limit their mistakes, and you know, they're the best in the world. And that's the same goes with this fragrance. It's got nothing to complain about. The performance is great. The smell is amazing. Gets me compliments. It lasts. It doesn't cloy. It doesn't become cloying if you spray too much. From the House of Chanel, Allure Homme Sport Edition Blanche. And this fragrance, I mean, this is a 50 ml. I think I'm going to run out. It was full when I got it almost, and now it's probably like halfway because I just been wearing the heck out of this bottle. I had to go get me another bottle. But I highly recommend this one. This is my favorite scent for summer. I recommend this one the highest for summer. It's going to get you confidence. It's going to get you noticed. The only complaint you can have with this one is maybe it's not as masculine as you might want it to be. But it's a creamy lemon smell, and I love it. I have no complaints with this fragrance. This is my #1 fragrance for 2013. That's my list, guys. Tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed it. Take it easy. Peace.